and welcome. My name is Lee, and I will be your guide through the project management fundamentals, starting with Module 1, the Foundations. This course is designed to help you build a strong foundation in project management, even if you're starting from scratch. Everything you're about to learn in this module is assumed knowledge by PMI, meaning they don't slow down to explain it later. But we will. Think of this as your primer before the PMP deep dive. We'll talk about what projects are, how they're structured, what your role as a project manager looks like, and the different ways organizations handle projects. You don't need any prior experience, just curiosity and a willingness to learn. So, what is a project? Well, a project is a temporary endeavor with a clear beginning and end, undertaken to create something unique, like a product, service, or result. Projects can last a few weeks or several years, but they always end when the objective is met, when funding runs out, or when the need disappears. The key distinction here is that projects are not operations. Operations are ongoing, repeatable activities that maintain the business. Think of payroll or manufacturing a standard product. Those aren't projects. Designing a new payroll system or building a new product line is a project. PMI makes this distinction a lot, so keep it top of mind. PMI organizes project work into 5 process groups: initiating, getting the project approved and authorized; planning, defining scope, time, cost, risk, quality, everything; executing, doing the actual work; monitoring and controlling, making sure the work stays on track; closing, wrapping things up when the work is done. These aren't always linear. You'll often bounce between them. For example, you might plan, execute a piece, monitor it, and then adjust the plan. Think of them as performance zones. They guide how a project progresses over time. If the process groups are when you manage different parts of the project, the knowledge areas are what you're managing. There are 10. Integration, the glue that holds the project together. Scope, what's included, what's not. Schedule, timelines and deadlines. Cost, budgets and financials. Quality, meeting requirements. Resources, people, materials, equipment. Communications, who needs what info and when. Risk, what could go wrong and how to plan for it. Procurement, buying goods or services. Stakeholders, people impacted by or interested in the project. You'll see these knowledge areas come up repeatedly across process groups. They're essential pillars of PMI's project management framework. The project lifecycle refers to the approach you use to manage the work, and it's not the same thing as the 5 process groups. PMI generally talks about 3 types: predictive, waterfall. You define everything up front, perfect for projects with clear, unchanging requirements. Adaptive, agile. You deliver in short cycles, adapt quickly to feedback, and respond to change, ideal for fast-moving environments. Hybrid, a blend of both. For example, you might use waterfall for procurement and agile for software development. Your choice of life cycle affects planning, stakeholder engagement, and even team roles. PMI is big on tailoring your approach to fit the project. It's easy to confuse these terms, but they have specific meanings. A project is a one-time effort with a defined scope and goal. Operations are ongoing business-as-usual tasks. A program is a group of related projects managed in a coordinated way. For example, building a neighborhood might include multiple house-building projects, all managed under a single housing development program. A portfolio is a higher-level view. It's a collection of projects and programs that help an organization meet its strategic goals. Knowing the difference helps you understand where your project fits in the bigger picture. Every organization handles projects differently. PMI outlines 3 types of organizational structures. Functional, traditional hierarchy. Projects are done within departments, e.g., HR runs its own training project. PM has little to no authority here. Projectized. Projects are king. The PM has full authority, controls the budget, and manages the team directly. Matrix, a hybrid. The PM and functional managers share power. Weak matrix. Functional managers hold most of the authority. Strong matrix. PMs have more authority. Balanced matrix. Power is shared equally. This structure determines how much decision-making power and resources you'll have access to. It affects reporting, team loyalty, and more. The triple constraint, scope, time, and cost, forms the backbone of project management. PMI refers to these as competing demands. If you adjust one, you'll likely affect the others. Want to shorten the schedule? You may need more people, increasing cost. Want to reduce costs? You might have to reduce scope or extend the schedule. The triple constraint is about balance. The PM must constantly assess trade-offs and keep the project aligned with its objectives. PMI, the Project Management Institute, is the gold standard for project management professionalism. They define the frameworks, tools, and expectations that guide much of the industry. Their PMP, Project Management Professional Certification, is globally recognized and requires both experience and exam success. More importantly, PMI is evolving. They've moved from rigid process checklists to a value-driven, principles-based mindset. They emphasize adaptability, business value, and stakeholder engagement across industries. This course is built to help you understand that mindset and grow into a confident project leader. Great job finishing Module 1. By now, you've built a solid foundation in how PMI views project work, from the structure of projects to the roles, process groups, and even how organizations impact your authority as a project manager. You now understand how PMI defines a project and why it's different from operations. You've been introduced to the 5 process groups and 10 knowledge areas. You've seen how life cycles, environments, and organizational structures shape projects. You've clarified the role of the project manager and the importance of balance between scope, time, and cost. Remember, this foundational knowledge isn't just academic, it's practical. It helps you speak the language of PMI and sets the tone for everything we'll cover moving forward. In the next module, we'll break down the key terms and concepts PMI assumes you already know. Things like deliverables, baselines, constraints, milestones, and much more. These terms show up everywhere on the exam and in real-world projects, so understanding them now gives you a huge advantage. Take a deep breath, maybe a quick stretch, and then I'll see you in Module 2.